Fanak.
What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday and welcome in to another episode of Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I'm Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts today. We got Franco the Banker and Gretzky Betskis. Franco the Banker. Little accent on that one today. I've seen Franco too much already today. This is double time for me at least. Pay-wise.
Welcome to my world. How does he do it, you say? How does he do it?
I don't know how you do it.
All those shows.
Do you even work?
Barely.
Kind of, yeah. Barely. Yeah. I told you I got to go pick up a bathtub and some doors after this. And it's 105 out.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that part.
Yeah, I think it's 45 here.
What?
Maybe 55? Yeah, it's not very warm in Boston. 55 maybe? Yeah.
But it's summer. It's June.
Yeah, it's not though. That's the thing.
We're
not
70s. We're 72 here. That's crazy.
Every single weekend for the past 2 months, it's rained.
What? I'm going to go watch the game in my pool tonight.
Maybe if you ship a bathtub, I can maybe do that. That's
okay.
How much water exposure I'm going to have tonight.
I'm bringing.
Yeah,
too late. He's already got the tub.
It's perfect. Perfect. Leave it there for November. I'll just sleep out there. So, all right. Yeah, game 3. The Rat, Brad Marchand.
I mean, this series has been the best.
It's been unbelievable.
And last year's was very, very good. Let's not forget. Except the games were a little lopsided. The series as a whole last year was great. The games were often kind of mediocre.
A few blowouts too.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Especially
early in the series.
A couple like weird people, like Erod turning into McJesus, which is not that was easy to predict. But man, these first
the Stanley Cup, the NHL needed this series to be good. They needed this series to be good. The playoffs have not been terrific. Like leading up to this, the playoffs I wouldn't say were great. I'd maybe say 6 out of 10. At best.
Yeah, there were stretches of good, but the whole
first round was terrific.
I don't know. Yeah. Round 1 was almost perfect.
Yeah. But the second round wasn't great.
Second round
Eastern Conference Finals great? No.
Toronto
was good. Yeah.
Dallas
otherwise
was all right.
Carolina, Washington. Do we want to relive that?
We knew that was going to be doo-doo.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was going to be the reverse and kind of high scoring and fun for at least the first 2 games. And
at least early.
The entire series went the way you would expect it. But
what was that quote? We are who they thought we were.
They were who we thought they were.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't remember it already. But also, before we get started into today's picks, be sure to check us out on the Odd Shoppers Tails Network, where you can use promo code PUCKS for 50% off your first month. We are red hot the Stanley Cup Finals. We are 4-0 through games 1 and 2. We already have a play posted for tonight. We'll probably add 1 or 2 more as well. So if you are looking to get our plays before we release them here, be sure to sign up on the Odd Shoppers Tales Network. If you have any questions, just feel free to DM us. The DMs are just Bitcoin wallets now. Just get those spam like Twitter DMs
so
it's crazy. That's all the like so many messages of just here's a Bitcoin wallet, and then you log in. Then don't log in, by the way. Do not.
Logged in,
I haven't
right?
gotten hacked, but they're clearly scams.
That's why you're the one who clicked these. I don't get.
I like the one. Have you guys gotten the one that's like, our relationship was good, but I have to move on. Please take care of our son. Here's the money or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then you get like 3 or 4 times. And you're like, oh my God, I have so many kids out there. Apparently,
I know.
Shit.
I have not gotten that one, but I
believe I met one of my long lost kids on the betting news trip. Prendy, if you're watching, Prendy, we kind of discovered could potentially be my son.
Damn,
the timeline works out.
That's spreading a seed.
Mm-hmm.
like
like
Betsky apple seed.
16, but it would have been feasible that Prendy is my son.
That's a little spooky.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do a DNA.
You also got a shout out today.
I would just rather assume.
Yeah. Over 18.
Shout out. Yep.
You're good. Don't have to pay child support.
He hasn't asked, and
okay,
she hasn't asked, so I think we're fine. But
all right, just want to kind of get the legal restrictions in order here. But you did get a shout out today. If you haven't watched Lindy's Long Balls on the Odd Shoppers Tales Network, me and Franco joined that show earlier today to kind of give out a few of our plays, and the guy said they liked your name. He said Gretzky Betsky's great handle. End quote.
It is. You miss 100% of the bets you don't take. That's how this whole thing started. My friend said I'd be good at doing hockey gambling on Twitter, and I went to the bar and was brainstorming names and came up with it. And the next day, instead of working, I spent time to make the Gmail and the Twitter account and started shouting out to 0 followers.
You're watching The Office in the background too?
No.
No.
I was too hungover to have any sort of volume on anything. It was pure slowly typing and trying to set things up.
It's magic.
All right, let's get into our picks for tonight here.
All right. First off, everybody's like on the under here.
I know, it's pissing me off.
I like it, but I am nervous as hell too.
I don't. Oh, it's definitely not a sweat-free bet, but I do lean under here tonight.
I just don't like when I see everybody on it. Like I had it planned since the end of game 2, and I didn't bet it, and I keep seeing everybody posting it. I'm like, it's gonna be one of those ones, huh?
Well, Adam DM me, Adam's Digest, aka our 4th member. And he posted a very spicy play.
Yeah,
I don't know if he wants to share or not.
Yeah, share it, Adam. I think I know what you got.
And I kind of like it as a
4+ points under 5.5.
One plus point for McDavid at minus 2,000. Very spicy.
That is spicy.
But yes, he's alluding to it. I'm dropping it. There you go. Plus 400 for 0-0 correct score after the first. That entices me a lot more than doing the under.
Because you could see that. You could see, like, I don't know. I could see either way, though. I could see that slow first period, and then it picks up, and then you're sweating and dying. But I could also see that fast first period where it's 3-1 or 2-1, and you're like, oh my God, why did I bet this under?
Yeah, but then
and somehow it still gets there.
But wouldn't you rather take the plus 400
I
instead
don't
of
mind
the
the
minus
sprinkle.
122?
I mean, I don't love the minus 122.
1-0 Edmonton after the first, 2-1 Florida after the second, 3-1 Florida after the third. Game ends.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Also, it could be 8-1 or 8-5. You know,
or another 4-3 overtime.
It very well could. I mean,
if
Florida
this
has
series
been able to keep a lead in the third period, which is ridiculous.
on a Friday night, overtime's fine, but if we're doing double overtime on Monday nights to start the week, that's a rough start. Rough start to the week.
By the way, catch the 2 overtime series future prop
Yes,
at like plus
you got
350 or whatever it was.
You got it.
I didn't bet it, but hopefully somebody did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say that I think there is a little bit of credence to some of the stuff I've seen online too. Like a lot of people have brought up the difference in ice, right? So me and Gator were kind of talking about this before you hopped on, Betsky, but you're going from a climate of, I don't even know what it is in Edmonton right now, but I'm sure it's not 100 degrees and 100% humidity in the Sunshine State right now. So there is that thought of the ice not being as nice in Florida, and maybe Florida not being mad about it either, right? Like,
yeah,
Edmonton's superpower is their speed, right? And we've seen it on full display. There's been stretches of this series where McDavid has looked like an absolute magician because he just is. But I mean, you saw in the overtime, and they kept talking about it during the broadcast, how choppy that ice was, how no one could really get, a great chance off. There was that one centering pass to Kachuk that he just completely flubbed. I don't know if you remember that one, but where the puck was just bouncing. Drysdale had one that bounced on him as well. So I think bad ice plays into the favor of Florida. So if I'm the Panthers, stadium crew, ice crew, I'm like, well, if it gets a little warmer in here than it should be, whatever, it is what it is. So I think there is some credence to that. And we have seen a Florida team in the Stanley Cup, 4 years in a row now or whatever it is. Yeah. And I feel like we've always kind of heard it from the announcing crew as well. It's not like we're making something up here. Like, it is hot, whether it's on purpose or not. Like, it's hot out. Like, those stadiums, as state of the art as they are, it's still difficult to keep the ice cold when it's hot like that.
It's like in football when the home team rows the grass out a little bit longer, try to slow up the opponent, let the ice grow a little bit longer.
Just piss on the ice before the game.
Yeah,
the Edmonton defensive end twice. Just peel all over where the goalie crease is going to be. Just make it a little thinner, a little trickier. Skinner is really dealing with something. It just seems to be sloshing around in the crease.
By the way,
are just buried.
I saw people like trashing on Skinner for the goal to lose the game. Does everybody forget that he didn't let a goal from like the 10-minute mark of the second period all the way until the second overtime?
Yeah,
I think the best way
you
can describe Skinner is he's a non-storyline in the Stanley Cup Final so far, which is a good thing. If he was a storyline, it's bad. He's not. He's.
True.
I think he's been good though. Like, he's shut down for long stretch.
Yeah,
he should almost be a positive storyline though, not a non-storyline. Like, both games from the second period on, he shut them down for like an entire period and a half. That's not easy to do.
No. But I think the fact that he also let up 3 in each game too is like that's.
He's got a 4.
It's not like
Yeah,
it's not like he's like only let up 1 or 2 and been like he's terrific. It's like he's been good. He's been good. We're not having the discussion of is Calvin Pickard starting game 3.
Yeah,
which I think for Edmonton is the best they could have hoped for.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with Adam. Skinner
agree.
kept them in the game.
Yeah.
There were a couple saves that Bob had. That one on Draisaitl was pretty ridiculous.
Yes.
Speaking of Bob, is his Conn Smythe hopes out the door?
Trash it. Trash the ticket and dump everything you have on Marchand.
Bennett.
Did you guys see how much Marchand moved?
No, they're not doing Bennett.
Did you see how much Marchand moved?
What do you mean they're not doing Bennett?
No, what's it at?
1,800 from 3,000.
What was it? Yep.
Well, Barkov's also taken a huge hit too. Barkov was 6-1, and now he's 16-1.
It's because he hasn't recorded a point yet. But
yeah.
As of right now, to me, it's between Bennett and Marchand. Like, I don't see how you can give it to Bob. Just he's given up 4 goals in 2
It's only 2 games in.
Sorry. But
what
it's 4 goals.
What if he shuts the Oilers out both of these games? Then what?
I don't know, man. Like 4 goals
That's
against
not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Jones scores.
Goal scored against him in the last minute of a game. You know, it's like, come on. I know it's not his fault. I'm not trying to blame
Marchand's
him.
the legacy pick here, though.
Nate Schmidt, 1,000-1. That's the legacy pick.
I mean, if Marchand
he's been good. He's been really good these first 2 games.
He had a head scandal. They can't give it to him. It would not be good to show the kids that.
So then Corey Perry's out
same
too.
For Ekblad. You can't. Yeah, Ekblad's out too.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance? Is there any chance?
Way out. Oh, Vander Kane was out at the start of the season. if we're doing good guy, bad guy, Kane is out.
It's
way out.
Only played in the playoffs, though. How can you not give it?
Yeah, bad.
Would they give it to McDavid if Florida wins?
Marchand
again.
Well, Franco, thanks for bringing that up. You can actually,
yeah.
They wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. But you can actually bet on that. Player on the losing team to win the Conn Smythe 8-1 on DraftKings.
Yeah, no, it's.
I don't think they can do it again.
It's Marchand or
they
Bob.
could.
I guess Bennett's an option, but maybe
I think Bennett's. I think
Bennett.
I mean,
plus 600 is a fantastic price right now.
I agree.
Don't have any.
Yeah, but you're giving it to Marshy because of the whole
Marshy.
story, and
he would have to get shut out the rest of the series, I think, for it to, and Bennett would just have to go off. I think right now they're pretty even. Like Bennett has more goals, right? But they're pretty even as far as points, relatively. And it's just what he is. Like the story is too good.
Yep.
As of right now.
Yep.
Stuff can change. But clearly the market.
I still think Bennett's
down the Dairy Queen in Edmonton and
it went down from 3,000 to 1,800.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a crazy shift.
See, Dave knows 1,000-1, Nate Schmidt. I'm going to take Bennett right now at 6-1 though, and McDavid's still plus 105. So, I mean, if someone who missed out on McDavid earlier, you're getting McDavid now back at plus money, and you look at the series futures.
Edmonton's right around even money too, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think what you do is you hope
Edmonton even, Bennett, Florida minus 120.
I think you hope that
Marshy's plus 2,100 on FanDuel.
Oh, there you go, better price.
Bob is still the lead for.
I don't think Bob gets it.
It's only 2 games.
You're only 2 games.
Shuts him out.
He's not shutting him out.
If he only allows. Okay, so if he only allows 1 to 2 goals the rest of the series,
that's not happening. That's just not happening.
Tonight's going to be a 2-0 win.
Last year, I mean, how many low-scoring games were there in last year's final?
A lot. 4 of the 7.
He should have gotten it last year.
Under 6.
Well,
no, he shouldn't have. He sucked last year.
Yeah, that's right.
He was not good last year. I'm sorry. Like
until
it never made sense. I think it's too difficult because he really does need
4-1.
He does need shutouts. He does need shutouts, and McDavid is going to put up points no matter what you do. It's like it is ridiculous. This guy, what he's able to do. That move, he made Barkov look like a pylon, and then he did the same thing. Like those weren't just nobody players that he did that to, and he literally it looked like something out of like practice or something.
I know.
That was so silly and ridiculous.
But if Bob stopped that,
he's not. He's not going to stop them. That's over.
He did.
When this game finishes 4-2, Bob's odds will continue to drop.
No. If they win 4-2?
Yeah.
Depends on who.
Like you're saying, like get lower.
Like plus 400.
If Marshy doesn't get on the
I thought you were saying like plus 200 instead of plus 300.
No,
get lower.
They're going to get higher, should I say. Sorry. And Marchand's going to score 2 goals tonight, and then Bennett will get a goal, so they'll both move up. Book it.
Okay, well then what do we like?
No.
I gotta go pick up a pen.
All right. The Conn Smythe kind of completely derailed us there for a second.
So here's one I'm gonna say I'm not doing tonight is the David Draisaitl first period shot. I am off of that.
Yes. Yeah, I will take it.
I will take it game 5 again, but I am not trusting it on the road. Looking back at Draisaitl's shots in the first period, it was a little bit dicier than I actually realized after we had been like spouting it out. So
wasn't it better on the road though?
No.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you said it was better on the road.
No, it's better at home.
Okay.
And at home, it was like 8 out of. Yeah, away, he's only done it 3 times.
Can I interest you in a McDavid Bennett first period shot on goal parlay?
That's fine. Yes.
Yes, and that's what I like tonight.
There we go. Yep. I love it.
That's what I like tonight. I know Adam also had mentioned too Verhaeghe and Marchand. I don't love the guys with only that 2 line to get a shot in the first. So Bennett and McDavid both to get 1 is plus 113 on FanDuel. So I like that.
Love that.
That's kind of where I'm going to stand. An aggressive version of that parlay, maybe you look towards.
I have one. It's McDavid, Bennett, Bouchard, Marchand, and Reinhardt.
I had Reinhardt and Bouchard as the aggressive, but yeah, McDavid and Marchand.
All just first period, you're saying, or their full game lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, first.
So
period.
Reinhardt, Bouchard, McDavid, Marchand.
Mm-hmm. I looked back. Bouchard scares me just a smidge, but
you need a power play.
Yes. I'd rather take Bouchard first period shot tonight than his 3.
I'm not on his shots tonight. I don't.
Do you guys worry? Do you guys worry that penalties typically go down as these series go on? Like, are we still at the point? Are we still early enough in the series that the penalties will continue to flow, or do we get less now?
It's going to be really hard for those refs to not call tripping because the ice is going to be so sloshy because of all the piss.
That's true. That's true.
So piss game.
Yeah,
Game 3 piss game.
Pissgate.
Piss rink. Yeah. You have serious allegations.
Yeah. Any plays on the, I mean, we talked about the total a little bit, but any plays on a side tonight before we get to player props?
Lean Florida.
I lean Florida, yeah.
But to me, I have way more interest in just taking whoever loses this game to win the next game.
Correct.
I don't mind doing I don't like the price on Florida. So I think you go Florida money line under 7.5. That's plus 115. Or you take Florida puck line. I think you just shoot for value if you're going to take them. I don't love
Florida and Reg, what Adam said too.
Or Florida and Reg. I just think they've now failed to close in the third period 2 games in a row. I think they push a little harder tonight if they have the lead in the third period, and I think they win by margin if it happens.
Yep.
I don't think I think the overtime goes tonight.
You think it does go to overtime?
No, I said I think that trend comes to a close tonight. I think this is a game that gets wrapped up in 60 minutes. I mean, if you like that, you can just kind of arb both sides of take Florida and Reg and Edmonton and Reg, and you're going to come out with a profit as long as the game doesn't go to OT. But
So
that's for people higher up in the ARB
what
space.
Adam said is the biggest question mark for me here. So if you're Florida, now typically you move your best line away from the best defensive line, right? Although I don't, whatever, I don't know. So do you try to get Barkov going if you're Maurice, with that line not doing anything, or do you say the best chance for us to win is to shut down McDavid, so Barkov stays on McDavid?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. If you
option
look at
two,
Edmonton,
right?
Option 2, Barkov is staple to McDavid tonight.
Yeah.
Every time he's on the ice, which is why I kind of like a sneaky prop of Barkov under half a point tonight, plus 180.
And I don't know. It feels like they moved Verhaeghe back up to that line. It feels like at some point here it's got to end. But
I agree.
And the
I'm
other
just
thing
saying,
too is
they
they will do like those if they get like an offensive zone draw. There will be time, and say it's the third line for Edmonton that iced it. Their first line is going to come out in a certain area like that.
Yeah.
So I think they will try to get them opportunity. But to me, I like Florida 2 the most, just because in my mind it's like Barkov goes against McDavid, and then Lundell line goes against Draisaitl.
Barkov and Reinhart for minus 107. I know Reinhart doesn't look the best, but yeah.
Well, I was saying now it's time to attack Florida's second line because their top line can match up with. I think Florida's second line is that's the line you're looking to attack.
I think three goes against Draisaitl. So one goes against McDavid, 3 goes against Draisaitl. Now 2 gets whatever the fuck Maurice wants. So Bennett's already been running roughshod on this team, so I think it continues.
All right.
Bennett Rodriguez point is plus 220. Come on. To me, that's easy. I don't know why you don't take that.
Dirty.
That value's stupid.
What about Tkachuk and him?
What'd you take? Sorry, I cut out there for a second.
Bennett Rodriguez is plus 220 on 365. It's plus 174 elsewhere.
Yep.
Bennett Tkachuk is plus 120 on 365. If you use that boost on FanDuel, you can get it plus 135.
This whole time I've been looking at first period points.
I love that.
It's like 5 points. Now, Bennett had
I would run that whole second line tonight.
More than 3 game point streaks this entire series or playoffs. I mean, again,
I honestly think Verhaeghe's been snake bit in the series too. I kind of do think that line gets going at some point. Maybe it's this game. But I'm just saying, if I had to take one, I'm looking at Florida 2 tonight. That's
a good point, Dave. That's a really good point. That's a sweaty one.
Hopefully he passes it to Marchand, who buries an empty netter, so we can.
Well, it's got to be on the system.
I think I like Tkachuk.
Yeah.
He's only not point more than so he was pointless last game. There's only been one other instance in the playoffs this year where he had 2 pointless nights in a row. Every other time he's had a point, he's bounced back.
There you go.
I like it. I'm also on Reinhart shots on goal tonight with Verhaeghe moving up to that top line. Verhaeghe hasn't necessarily been a shooter. Reinhart has. You get Reinhart at 3+ tonight, I think at minus 135. So first actual shot on goal prop this postseason. So give me that.
Cool.
Bennett point, Erod point. I think that's kind of it for now. Oh, and then Evander Kane, 5.5 hits. Little bit sketchy. I'm probably off it tonight, but that's another one that I wanted to bring up to discuss. So
I'll wait for the Edmonton scorekeeper to count hits anytime Kane touches a human again.
If Nugent Hopkins does play tonight, do you look for his under shots on goal?
No.
Okay.
Do you look for his under point?
No.
0 points this series.
It's got to change. You play with McDavid, it has to change.
He could be turning into Puljujarvi or Yamamoto.
The guy had 100 points last year.
Yeah, that's true. Adam brings up a good point.
You have fun with
Jeff Skinner goal.
Do you have fun with it? Go for it.
I'm not doing it. It's just he's burned me 2 games in a row. It's killing me.
I hear you. but I'm not going to let him burn me on taking the under after he burned me 2 other times for taking the over.
Yeah.
I want to be just completely off the trends for him. That there's nothing there's nothing worse than it. Yeah. I'd rather just sit back and watch him assist on some beautiful McDavid goal where he shoots the puck between his legs, it goes up and bounces off his helmet and twirls back down his leg, and he snaps it backhand through Bob's face, then take Ryan Nugent's under point.
Fair.
That's fair.
Do you go back to Perry goal?
I don't love it because of the potential lack of power plays, like we've mentioned.
Yeah, I guess that
the other trend too has been Edmonton dominates the first period, Florida dominates the second. If that stands, and you kind of think that's how the game's going to go tonight, I think Florida has more of a jump to start. I think Florida kind of realizes that they can't really do this whole let Edmonton dominate and then try to work themselves back into a game. So yeah. All right, let's get to our parlay for the night. Betsky's got to run here, so let's do this parlay. Got to get that bathtub.
Pick up the bathtub for you.
Is it a clawfoot bathtub?
It's not.
Damn, man, come on.
I know.
Hey, DraftKings
it was like $120. I'm not going to say
steal.
$120 bathtub yet.
Steal.
Get that. Figure out what to do with it later.
Fill it with Coors Light. Cooler for outside.
Oh, hello. It's supposed to be good for your skin to just bathe in it. Oats.
Bathe in Coors Light is good for your skin?
Yeah, apparently.
How come they've never made a Coors Light body scrub? Face wash.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Because you get fired the next day when you come into work.
Yeah.
Betsky's bathtub water. We'll be selling that, the Coors Light version. People can buy.
Jesus, you stink like hell. When's the last time you bathed? I bathed this morning. A bathtub of hot Coors Light.
If you're not fired, you'll get thrown out of the house by your wife for smelling like all the time.
Yeah.
One way or another.
All right. What do you guys got for our parlay tonight?
What do we like?
I don't want to do the same plays I have for the other one, so now I'm just.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to have to do at least one of those.
Yeah,
no way
like Betsky right
now. Yeah, enjoy it. But see, I understand it, so I won't force you guys to, unlike you guys. All right.
What do you got?
Ryan Nugent under point.
You can't do that in the same game parlay. You can't even do that on there. It won't let you.
What about?
You can't parlay unders?
No.
No. That's crazy.
What about Lundell shots?
Like it.
Or Barkov.
I like Lundell at 2.
I like Lundell at 2.
Lundell at 2. I like that.
I'm struggling because normally I would just do a point prop, and I don't necessarily believe this is a high scoring game, so it makes it difficult for me since I've disowned shot on goal props.
Oh, you've been missing out because.
Have I? Really though?
Any plays for Lundell or Luosterainen?
Well, I think you could do Franco's patented Lusto, Lundell, Marchand point and be happy, or just cut off one of those guys.
I just have a little bit of pause on the line 3 just because they've been better on the road. That's all. So that I'm probably not going to be heavy on them this game. I would more just look at Marchand just because he's been so good and he's on that second power play, whereas those guys aren't. So that's just my thought there. I would be probably off of them this game personally. I think the second line for Florida is like my main target. And honestly, if anything else gets going for Florida, it's probably the first line. It's probably Barkov or Verhaeghe or Reinhart getting off the schneid, as they say.
Yeah, I'm taking Reinhart 3+. Did it once before, doing it again. Why not?
Okay.
If that play loses, I take everyone down with me.
And I feel like, yeah, he's been a little snake bitten and hasn't looked completely right, but the shot volume is there, and he's at least just throwing pucks out there.
Any Bob saves?
I'm
off shots tonight. I like saves. I don't think so. 30+ is a lot.
I mean, it could go again. It could go again, but they're bound to have a stinker, and Florida's bound to have a better defensive effort. Like Florida defensively hasn't been perfect yet this series. Like I think they're going to have one. I don't know when it happens, but
what about
what?
You said Ekholm blocks. I do like Ekholm blocks tonight. He's been better on the road this season, just coming off a miss in game 2, hit in game 1. So I don't mind that. I don't mind Ekholm block shots tonight. The other one was going to be Ekblad block shots. 2 and 3 in games 1 and 2. Hasn't been great at home this postseason, though. Kind of one of those guys that performs better on the road. So I would stay off that. I mean, Ekholm, you can take as a straight at that 2+ block shots. I'd rather do that than try to add Ekblad in there.
All right.
This is a good question. All right, you got yours, and we'll keep answering questions here. So,
all right. So let me know if this works when you do it. Florida second period team total over a half. We'll let you throw that in the same game parlay.
Where is that?
Periods and then team totals listed period. I'm trying to get to it now.
I'm on the Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does let you.
We can. But that's minus 245. Okay.
I mean, to me, like we just said it earlier, right? They've been really good in the second period, especially.
But I think they come out hot in the first this game.
Yeah, they could. They could. I don't think the second period thing stops, though.
No,
I don't either.
Maybe it does.
So we still need one more leg then for the parlay, because that doesn't get us a plus 300 to add the boost. So that's the only issue with that. If we want to throw something else instead.
Wait, I don't see it. The total goals second period. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of buried in there.
Do you see Skinner do 30+ saves? Or
I am fine with. Man, we are not going to have one Oiler prop. What about? I mean, what about just Marchand 2 shots?
I don't mind it. My only pause was that we went Lundell, so we're going to target 2 guys on the same line. Like that would have been one of the ones I liked.
Are you already on Marchand shots and the other one?
I haven't bet Marchand shots at all yet.
I would do that. What about?
Do you want to take Marchand point instead?
No.
Marchand shots at 2. And then if we added in that team total,
you could just put McDavid 3 shots and it's plus 446 with the boost.
So Lundell 2+, Reinhart 3+, Marchand 2+, and then Panthers team total second period over a half. That gets us to our boost, and that's plus 472.
Yeah.
Or do you want to add McDavid at 3?
Lundell has hit 6 straight.
Second guessing.
I know.
I mean, we should
Well,
just be betting Nate Schmidt point. I don't know why we're not betting Nate Schmidt point in there.
I kind of don't like Lundell shots now. All right, I do need to get going. So,
all right,
where are we at? Where are we at?
Hang on.
I don't know. I mean, is there another guy? What about Rodriguez point? Take Lundell shots out. Do Rodriguez point.
So it's Reinhardt shots, Panthers.
And get rid of that second
total
period.
goal, second period.
Just get rid of that.
Yeah, so Reinhardt at 3. Reinhardt at 3, Marchand at 2.
Rodriguez.
Evan Rodriguez point. That's plus 466.
Oh, you don't even need the period thing then?
Yeah. Fucking just get rid of that.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Right? You
so that's perfect.
It's all ice cats. Why don't we just add McDavid 3 shots?
All right. We'll add 3 shots.
Yeah.
Plus 665.
Boom. And then on Disney, you can get even higher.
There you go.
Are there any prop bets for how many players are going to we said over 1.5 hits on Stuart Skinner. You can find that on your local bookie. So I think there's pretty good odds on that one.
I would imagine
any place that carries head cheese will let you bet that.
Yeah, promo, and you get a 33% boost with promo code head cheese.
All right, wait one more time. It's Marchand 2, Reinhardt 3, 2. McDavid 3,
Rodriguez point. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, guys, I got it. I got
it. All right. See you later, Bessie.
All right, see you guys.
All right.
See
you guys.
Coors Light scrub.
Coors Light. All right. Any other? Let's answer a few questions here. 2+ points for Seth Jones. Sure. I don't hate it.
I'm sure the price is nice.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't take it.
700. I mean, I don't mind it for the price.
What if you did Jones, Seth Jones, Nate Schmidt point parlay instead?
God, that's got to be ridiculous.
Why Reinhardt tonight? So Reinhardt, Florida kind of switched their lines around a little bit. So up top, it's going to be Verhaeghe, switching off that second line. Barkov is going to stay at that first C role, and then Reinhardt is going to stay at that first right wing role. Reinhardt obviously has had kind of some injury issues this postseason here, but you look at his last few games. We talked about this before. Let me just pull up his shots on goal numbers. I think if I remember correctly, in game 1 of this series, he had 3 on 5 attempts. In the last game, game 2, he had
6 on 11.
6 on 11. And the time on ice, obviously, overtime's included and everything. But based on his regulation numbers, that first line has just been played so much more and kind of continuing to get the majority of the ice time there. We saw even in overtime, too, Edmonton was rolling kind of their full bench. Florida still, even despite being in double overtime, was still kind of shrinking that bench. So Maurice clearly has his lines and his matchups that he wants to get out. And especially tonight, I think Reinhardt gets a ton of ice time. So, yeah, that was a tough one, Dave. Reinhardt had the game on his stick and just kind of buried one in the corner. But
I can't believe he missed that completely.
I can't believe he missed that either. Also, in the playoffs this season at home, he's hitting in 3 of 5. His numbers have been terrific. Even the games, I mean, he missed against Toronto in the last home game. He had 1 shot on 5 attempts. The volume's still there, which is kind of the biggest thing here when you're looking at a guy. So I really like Reinhardt tonight at that 3+. Any other kind of... This was a question, too, that I want to get back to. Skinner 30+ or Bob 30+. My vote, obviously, is neither. I think this is one of those games that we see maybe the shots end at like 23, 27, 22, 25. Like, I don't see either team getting to 30 tonight, especially after the first 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you need to be able to predict the game script, right? So, like, if Florida's winning, then obviously Edmonton's going to be trying to shoot more. Obviously, they're going to try to block it, but in theory, that means Bob's saves would go up. Whereas if it's tight, like a 1-1, 2-1 type of game or 2-2 type of game, you're not going to see as many shots probably getting through.
No.
So it just no team's going to want to make that mistake, give up that lead. So it just really depends on how you think this game goes. If you do think somebody's going to be winning for like an extended period of time, then yeah, maybe you do take a goalie save on the team that's winning. So it's just hard because this has been such an even series. I know Bob has gone way over, but we've also had overtime because of that. And Florida's been winning for large periods of time. They carried a lead from the second period on in both games, I believe, right? Or no, game two was tied going into the third. But it's tough. It's just tough.
Yeah, great. All right. Any other plays before we wrap up tonight?
Oh, I kind of like that idea. 4 straight games against Florida without a goal. Does McDavid score tonight? It could be. I definitely lean the under here, guys. I mean, that's what's giving me pause. I mean, I'm more of a point bet type goal score type prop better, and I don't have a ton of them tonight because of that.
No, it's a smaller card for sure.
Yeah, I'm heavy on the Florida second line guys. I think that's the way I'm going to attack and spend most of my money. But I really like that Florida or the no goal in the first 5 minutes on FanDuel parlay with the under 7.5. You can get that in like minus 130. I feel like that's a pretty safe way to go to get the under without getting at 6.5, which feels a little scarier because you can have that 3-3 is going to bust you. I don't know. I just don't see maybe this isn't one more game we get over. I do think we start to shift to more unders in this series. It's either this game or the next. So I don't want to be having the card I had the last game. Let's put it that way, where I had a bunch of point props and goal props.
No, I echo that strategy here in terms of it's a smaller card tonight. I think I have 3 plays right now with Bennett, point, Reinhart 3+ shots on goal, and then that first period stack with Bennett and McDavid each to get a shot on goal. If the game goes over and all 3 of them hit, great. That's fine. But if the game goes under, you don't want to be sitting out there with 7 or 8 units exposed being like, well, all the profit that I had for the first 2 games is just gone.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the playoffs or to this cup. So like I just want to keep those profits and keep trying to find ways to build on it. So again, like automatically, like if once this game ends tonight, I'm taking the team that lost on the money line before line shifts. So depending on how it goes, obviously, if it's just something weird happens, there's an injury or something, then obviously I'll adjust. But as long as everything's fine, and it's a 4-2 win for one side, I'm taking the opposite team to win as soon as I'm offered it.
Yep, completely agree. All right, I think that's going to wrap up today's episode of Expected Bets 4. We appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. The parlay will be posted along with our full cards. And if you haven't done so, be sure to check us out on the Odd Shopper Tails Network. We posted a play for tonight. So I think we got 1 or 2 for tonight. We're 4-0 so far. Let's see if we can move it to 5-0. That's going to wrap us up for tonight. We will be back Thursday. I think we got another show coming out then. And then maybe something for Game 5 on Saturday. We will see. But once more, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. And we will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.